as a teammate with Leon with the Oilers and then with the World Cup, and he seems to really have grown this season. I mean, what are you seeing from him that's allowed him to have so much success?
I think it's just his confidence, you know. He probably know about him, like he's a good player, but now he kind of believe in him more. He believes he can make some plays, and I think the whole line is playing really well for us.
It seemed like the power play has got going the last couple of games, and you're part of that. What do you think you guys have been doing a better job of?
I think we are just simplify the things. We are not looking for the pretty play, but you know, just we try to do simple stuff right and get some shots through, get some traffic, and you know, converge on our chances. So far, been working last couple games for us.
How nice was it to be able to pull out that victory yesterday? You guys have battled pretty hard.
Definitely feels good. Win every game, and especially against opponent like Anaheim. They played a really good game. It was a tight game, and we got a much-needed win.
Quick turnaround here. I know you had a pretty good team in Minnesota coming in. What do you guys have to do today?
Same thing. Play hard in all three zones. You know, limit our mistakes and try to score more goals than they do.
We asked about the Sox.
No.
Secret or?
Secret.
You see my camera shooting them right now. They didn't need answers.
Well, I'll get later.
Okay, very
Next time.
Thanks, Ray. Todd talked last night about challenging you to be the best player on the ice every shift. Do you feel like that you have the confidence this year to think that way?
Well, I think every player should think that way, but it's pretty hard to do when you're on the line with Connor McDavid. I can tell you that for free. But no, you know, obviously, if you play with a guy like Connor, you want to get him the puck as much as possible. And yesterday wasn't a night to do that. You know, they basically just mirrored him along the ice, and a lot of times it was a 4-on-4 game. So, you know, sometimes you have to play your own game and not think about Connor too much.
You went through a stretch of games last year. You played a lot with Taylor. You're producing at a really high level. You're back to that this year. Maybe just from a confidence standpoint, what's the difference?
Well, I think obviously, you know, I'm a year older. I feel confident about my game. You know, obviously the goals I've scored or the points I've gotten, that always helps the player. And you know, I've been put in a lot of big situations by our coaching staff, and I've been getting to play with a lot of good players on our team. So that stuff always helps a lot.
How much did the World Cup help?
Yeah, it helped for sure. You know, obviously that's probably the biggest stage there is in hockey, and you know, to be part of that and you know, to be able to play in a tournament like that helps a lot.
The whole building watches Connor McDavid all the time when he's on the ice. Does his teammates get caught sometimes watching Connor McDavid too much?
It's pretty hard not to. Yeah, he's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really need to talk about how good he is. Really, he's amazing every time he steps on the ice. I feel like there's something happening, something special, or he's creating a grade A scoring chance, and there's very, very few guys in this league that can do that, and he's very fun to watch. Yeah.
What's it like taking face-offs against Kessler and those guys? Who are the best face-off teams?
Yeah, it's a challenge for sure. You know, they're very competitive. They have different I want to say different attributes to their style of the way they take face-offs, and you really have to dig in against that team.
Leon, I know you talked about Todd and him saying, be the best player out there, I suppose second best. I know, as you mentioned, Connor's tough to be better than him, but having said that, how do you like just the coach saying that to you, believing that you have that kind of skill, that you can be that good on any given night for the Oilers, right?
Yeah, it gives you a lot of confidence. That shows me that he thinks highly about me, and he gives me confidence with saying that. But at the end of the day, it's still about me going out there and putting it out on the ice.
Thank you.
Jesse Pugliarvi and Matt Henricks throughout the early group. Were you looking like you're going to go with the same lineup, or you're contemplating any change?
No, same lineup.
Do you walk that line with Pugliarvi because he's a young player?
Yeah, we're aware and concerned, but we also walk that line with Matty Hendricks. He's one of our oldest players, and we've got to keep him up and running. But right now it's a decision we've made. The hardest thing about that situation is doing what's right for the group. You'd like to be concerned about your youngest and your oldest player, and we are, but we have to do what we think is right for the group, and today we think the group earned the opportunity to get back at it. No, Gus is going to play tonight. Yeah.
Sorry, Tom, just back here. Regarding Leon, when you saw him at the World Cup, did you think watching him then, even though you were concerned with your own team, that you thought, when this kid gets back to the NHL and back to our team, that I think he can really maybe take that next step? Or did you see that more as he was back here?
I was thinking that last year, to tell you the truth. It didn't take us to August to begin to think that. His confidence level went way up last year. It waned a little bit at the back end, but he came back. The World Cup, I believe, helped him, helped a lot of young players in the league gain some confidence. And since that point, a little bit dry early, but he's been a very effective player over the last 3 weeks for us.
That challenge when you maybe not a challenge, it's a compliment when you tell a player you can be the best out there. But some players might look at it as sort of added pressure, but he appears to take that in stride, and it's a benefit to him. Where some players, it may burden them a little bit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Especially young players, but we have a 19 and a 21-year-old on a line, and I thought at points yesterday Leon deferred to Connor. He was waiting for him or trying to find him in certain spots. You're a great player too, Leon. Take the puck, go do things with it. Connor will find the right spots at the right time, and it'll all work out. But if you play your game around just trying to feed 97, you won't be as effective.
Is there anything with another team spending so much time worrying about McDavid that it works to your advantage? Even if he doesn't get a point in the game, you're so conscious of him that he leaves other guys to do.
Well, great players open up ice for others, and sometimes it's not even on that line. Jordan had 3 helpers last night. Nobody's even asked me about, his contribution to all 3 goals. And that's because the focus goes on Connor night in and night out, and checking lines and line matching and that type of stuff. When your team is clicking and other lines can take advantage of it, as Jordan did last night, it becomes effective.
Any update on Darnell?
No, not until we get through the weekend and doctors have a chance to evaluate him again. So it won't be we'll be on the road when we get the update. So Peter or somebody will send something out.
And David said it's close. So he was skating today.
He's skating again today. He's going to come on the trip. I don't expect him to play in, where do we start, Buffalo? But we'll see as the week goes on.
Do you need to? Everyone in the stands is watching Connor all the time. Sometimes we sense that the guys on your bench and on the ice with him are watching him all the time too. Is this part of the growth of this team to figure out, when to watch him, when to let him get covered by Kessler and play the game? Is that something you got to teach these guys?
Well, it's evolution. It's you got to remember Connor didn't play a lot last year because of injury. When he came back, it was a little bit later on in the year. We weren't in a playoff hunt at that point. It wasn't as much a priority. I don't even think the league knew of the impact that he could have. But now we're at the beginning. We're with a lot of teams, and there's a primary focus on him. So we're experiencing that as a team for the first time as well. And we make adjustments. We make adjustments on power plays and breakouts and that type of stuff when he's being tagged like that. And it's a learning process for the coaches, for the players, for Connor, for everybody.
You pulled Sekera off the power play for a while. He's back on it now. You've accelerated his minutes. Has he been kind of your driver in the back end over the last few games?
He's been pretty sharp lately, and he's found his game. Game 43, 44 for some of those guys. We talked about Leon. 9 games at the World Cup, 8 exhibition games. Leon had a Olympic qualifier before that, and we're going into game 27 tonight. So they're well over half a season, and it's December 3rd or 4th. So, maybe Sekera needed a little bit of a pullback, but he's been sharp lately, and he's driving it from the back end.
Quick thought on Minnesota back-to-back this playing.
Well, a very good team. Stingy. Starts with the goaltender. 5-on-5, the best numbers in the league, I believe, at goals against. Penalty kill, one of the best. Got stung a little bit lately, but have been in the top 2 for the full season. And just a tough team to play against. They're competitive over pucks. They strip pucks. They're I don't know if they're going to run over you and physically destroy you, but they're going to get into your equipment and frustrate you and create turnovers. And they're a hard team to play against.
Thank you.
Thanks, Todd.